Solving multiplication problems. Your learning goal is that I can solve and create problems that involve multiplying larger numbers. The students in Aidan's class read 124 books in 1 month. The class goal is to read a total of 3 times that many books by the end of 3 months. How many more books will they have to read over the next 2 months? Explain your thinking. So the answer is 248 books. That's 3 times as many as 124 is 3 times 124, which is 372. Then you need to subtract the books they already read, which is 124, so 372 minus 124 is 248. Or alternatively, if 3 times 124 books must be read in 3 months, and 1 times 124 books were read in the first month, then 2 times 124 books, or 248 books, must be read in the next 2 months. Explain how you know this problem is a multiplication situation. So to figure out 3 times as many of something, you're multiplying by 3. Or you could say they need to read 2 times as many books in the next 2 months, so you're multiplying 2 times 124. So now, try this on your own, choose a pair of numbers, and then create and solve a problem that includes multiplication of the numbers. As an example, consider that there are 4 dogs playing poker, so we're using So as our example, there are 4 dogs playing poker, so we've chosen the number 4, and they each bet $30, so we're using the number 30. And we're asked, how much money in total have the dogs bet? So there are 4 dogs that have bet $30, which gives us a total of 120. Now I want you to modify your problem and include one more number and an extra computation, that is, addition, subtraction, division, or another multiplication. So as an example again, we start off with the same 4 dogs playing poker at the table, each of them still betting $30, but one of the dogs steals $25 off the table when no one else is looking. So how much money in total is left on the table? So we start off with our 4 times 30, over 120, and then we're subtracting 25. So we've got 120 minus 25, giving us an answer of 95. Describe or show your calculation strategy. Now estimate to check your answer and show how you estimated. Explain why multiplication and any other operation, when you involved other operations, can be used to solve your problem. What makes a problem a multiplication situation? A possible answer would be that any problem where you know how many groups and want to know how many individual items is a multiplication problem. A problem that compares 2 amounts using some number times as many can also be solved by multiplying. A problem that involves finding the area of a rectangle is also a multiplication problem. Did you usually estimate your products before or after you calculated the exact amounts? And why do you make that choice? So I like to do a very rough estimate in my head before I do the final calculation so that I know what a reasonable range for the final answer will be. Some people like to do it after they do their final calculation to verify that the answer they got is reasonable. Lesson summary. You can solve many different problems using multiplication. For example, each of these problems can be solved by multiplying 3 times 342, which is equal to 1026. An equal groups problem. Students from 3 elementary schools are at a sports event. There are 342 students. There are 342 students. There are 342 students from each school. How many students are there altogether? So clearly you have 3 elementary schools, 342 students from each school. Which gives you 1,026 students in total. Or you could have a comparison problem. The elementary school has 342 students. The high school has 3 times that many students. How many students are there? How many high school students are there? Well, we're told that there are 3 times as many students as at the elementary school. So you're going to get the same result, obviously. An area of a rectangle problem. The boardwalk along the lake is 3 meters wide and 342 meters long. How much area does it cover? Obviously, same math. 3 meters by 342 meters is still going to give us 1,026. You can create many problems for the same calculation. For 3 by 342, you could create problems like the 3 types above, or you could create problems with different situations like these. Instead of 3 groups of 342 students, it could be about 3 rows of 342 trees. Instead of 3 times as many as 342 elementary students, it could be about something that costs 3 times as much as 342. Instead of the area of a 3 meter by 342 meter boardwalk, it could be about the area of a long, thin strip of ribbon that is 3 centimeters by 342 centimeters. Some problems may involve several parts. For example, suppose Erica saves $35 a week for 15 weeks, but she's saving for something that costs $700. To see how much more money she needs to earn, Erica would multiply 35 by 15 and then subtract that amount from 700. $35 times 15 . That's going to be equal to 350 plus 5 times 35 . For a total of 525. Looking at some key terms, area. We've discussed this previously as the amount of space in a 2D shape. For example, a rectangle that is 2 units by 3 units has an area of 6 square units. Factor is one of the numbers you multiply in a multiplication equation. For example, in 2 times 5 equals 10, 2 and 5 are factors. Product is the result of multiplying. For example, in 3 times 4 equals 12, 12 is the product. Now it's your turn.